What is going on, everybody? SimCity Profitville series. Glad to have everyone back. Picking up here. Our Arcology construction is coming along nicely. We are completely filled on our alloy, and our metal is nearing completion. This episode, I want to get into the TVs. We're going to clear out some space and hopefully get this rolling. I'm glad to have everyone back. We had launched our multiplayer region last night. I went ahead and posted a video of kind of like just a small day one recap. Still a few slots available, I believe, at this point. Still waiting on some people to get back on my invites. I get into that in the multiplayer video. If you haven't checked that out, please do. Appreciate all the support there. It's going to be kind of an inspiration series for those of you that are unaware. Kind of giving people ideas, you know. I mean, that's what it's all about. See if we can bring some cool stuff to the table. And those of you who are having trouble with the game or maybe just got the game can learn some stuff, and just a cool thing to do, you know what I mean? So this episode, I did a couple things, mind you, off recording, and more or less the reason for it is because when you get your city this size, and I'm sure all of you understand and agree with me, it takes a lot of tinkering to get some stuff right, and it had a lot to do with the roads. You guys, I mean, if you want, you could flip. Whoops, you could flip back to and lower down, crank this down a little bit. You can flip back to my previous video, and you can take a look at what everything looked like. More or less, I had almost like an intersection here. This mega tower, I don't know if I put that in or not, but I went ahead and I constructed that real quick. It's basically a spitting image of this other one here, so nothing great special, but. And we were having like a lot of backup, and we're still getting some backup here. You're gonna have it with any big city, and I kind of tweaked it just a little bit. I connected these two roads. I created a little overpass here, and I kind of diverted a lot of this with inserting a low density road here to alleviate any traffic lights to hold up traffic. And what else did I do? Not really too much. I mean, I just kind of... Oh, yeah, I swapped out. There were two trade depots over here, and I shopped it out. I can't even talk today. I swapped it out for a trade port. So, that's pretty much it, I think. Oh, yeah, and I got rid of that big connector road that went from here to here that those of you did not like. And most of the traffic from up in this area up here is being diverted down this way through those two small roads, or this road here, or of course our main little scoop here. And that's about it. So this episode, again, I want to focus more on the TVs. We're at 2430 of 2800, so by the time we get started with the TVs, we should almost be done with that. Now, number one issue, where do we find the room? And that's always a challenge, you know. I mean, I'm thinking over here, maybe? I don't know. I mean, this stuff is, for the most part, can be temporary. I mean, once we build the TVs, I mean, we don't necessarily need to, you know, we don't need to really keep it. I lowered taxes, by the way, too. They were all at 11%. I lowered them down quite a bit, which is why my profits per hour are down a little bit. But as you can see, I've got 6 million simoleons. My approval rating is going up. So everyone's happy. I added a police station here too, I think. I think that was the other thing I did. But let's see how large these things are. We are going to import, and mind you, I don't know what I'm going to have to unlock here, because I think I have to unlock this before I can unlock the Consumer's Electronics Factory. This is what you're going to need for the TVs. So in order to get this guy, we need to put one of these in and manufacture 7,200 processors. So let's do that, and let's find a spot where I'm almost compelled to get rid of one of these things. I don't know, man. I don't want to get rid of all of our beautiful industry that we have over there. And I guess this is something I maybe should have thought of before I picked up the video here, but this probably would be a pretty decent spot. And we could always re-put our recycling center. Let's do that for now. We have our other recycling center here, so we're still good on that. actually have to get that metal squared away over there. I'm actually importing metal because the recycling center, though it does produce, or it does produce and accumulate metal, not really at the rate that I was wanting. So that's why you can see here I'm actually I have this set to import, import here, and alloy to export, since we've actually finished up on our alloy over there. So let's get this processor factory in real quick, and it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, I have to get rid of something. We'll see how that works. Let's go ahead and let's kind of max these out, if you will. Put some trucks in, just do what we do. We have to manufacture 7,200 processors in a single day. Let's see if we can get a processor lot. There we are. I don't know if we're going to have room for it, though. What do we have here, anyway? Let's take a look. See what we can do away with. So we got metal. Definitely need that. Alloy, we definitely need that. Raw ore. I don't know if we need that. Let's get rid of that for now, because actually the raw ore that we're going to need is actually being imported via our Beetle ships. We got rid of our ore mine a while back, and I don't really think we need that one. So let's put the processor lot down. For now, we'll just use them locally. Wow, they're going for 100,000 a batch, and we're gonna need, let's see, plastic and alloy. So let's do this. Let's switch this guy to, I guess, import for now until we get a little bit of the surplus. And what was the other thing we needed? Plastic. Now I know we have another trade. What is this here? The raw ore storage lot. Let's put some plastic in here, and let's import plastic as well. Now let's get this little quota met for today, and it might take a minute or two. I'll crank this up just a little bit. We could probably start using that locally, right? So let's just make sure we get that in place. So we're importing plastic, and we're just using the metal locally. We've got enough metal here to finish up our Arcology, I hope. And let's crank this up a little bit. Another thing I want to do this episode, I want to kind of do some, maybe perhaps maglev. And I know those of you have been waiting for that. So let's try to figure that out while we get our processor plant started. Now, maglev is used primarily to, as you all know, help traffic, but it also uses a fair amount of control net. So that's another thing we're going to want to keep an eye on. Right now, we're purchasing some control net from our neighboring cities. We have some control net facilities throughout, but that's likely going to have to be upgraded, definitely. And let's check here. I don't even know where to find this thing. I think it's under transportation, maglev. Okay. Another thing I wanted to see is, are you able to go? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. I was wondering if you can go up and down inclines, but apparently you can. So let's start. I want to definitely have the maglevs down each of the main arteries of the highway. So definitely down here, down all of the avenues, that is. So let's go ahead. Let's put one. Maybe there. And then here. We might have to mess around with this stuff, but. Alright, let's see if we can get this connected first. Oops. I don't know if those of you that watched my last series in the other city in the maglev, without a doubt, is awesome. It helps out so much. It creates happiness. and it's a lot of fun. It takes a little bit of tinkering, though. Like I said, like this here is going to be kind of a challenge. You might have to do a little at a time. And as you can see, this little hump here, we'll have to maybe work on that. Very interesting. So maybe because this is a bridge, not all too sure. Yeah, definitely I did not want to do that. Oh man, I'm demolishing everything over here. Let's try to fix this up real quick. And now that's not even gonna work. Let's try this one more time here. Let's try to fix this up. Maybe when we rebuild everything, it'll work the way it should. I don't know if I really want a tunnel. It definitely doesn't look the way it did before. Let's see. Okay, let's try this again with the maglevs. If not, we might kind of venture to another part of our city here. I don't want to bore you with this. I'm definitely going to get it to work, but it might take a little bit of time. And time is something that we have to keep an eye on here. Yeah, so we'll kind of just leave that the way it is. Let's continue down this way. I guess we could put one here. Maybe one kind of wrapping up down this way. Gotta kind of just get it right on that little line there. Perfect. And then we'll connect it. Very nice. Sorry, my phone is going crazy right now. Let me put one down here. Put this back on straight. Let's see. I like how it curves naturally, automatically. You know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily pick the curve tool to go around these corners here. It does everything for you. Well, this looks like it's a smaller station. You see that? Never noticed that. So when they're placed along avenues, they're one size. And when they are placed along normal size roads, they are reduced in size, which is pretty neat. And as soon as we get these couple other roads here, let's see if we're going to be able to make this bend here. Yes. Very nice. It's creating a bit of a loop-de-loop here. Well, not a loop-de-loop, but a almost like a little hump. But we can get around that. That'll be okay. We can live with that. And let's continue here. Now, once this is all said and done, this is going to gradually reduce the traffic in the city. And I would like to connect it here, but I don't want to lose any of these buildings. So we'll kind of leave that the way it is for now. Let's see where else we could put a station here in front of the hospital. Maybe one down along the, almost near the mega towers. And we're wrapping this up here nicely. And you can see the maglevs, they are working already. What does it say? An angle too sharp? all too sharp, huh? That is not what I want to hear. Bummer. Gotta figure out a way. That's two major points in the city that we're gonna have trouble with. Unless we, for right now, we get rid of this little connector here. And let's see if we can just connect these small little area here. Is that connected? Yes, that is connected. It takes a second for it to come through. Alright, so let's leave it like that for now. And then this little area here, I guess we'll have to live with. Okay, let's connect this, and then we can go around the right side over here. Turning out very nicely here. Huh. Trying to think here, what would be the least, the least amount of impact to the city. So I definitely don't want to destroy everything, Let's try this here. I don't know if I mentioned in one of my other videos, this is kind of why, I know everybody wants to see it, but this is kind of why I wait for this until the end. Okay, that's what we'll do. I'm sorry, we'll have to get rid of this just because we can't connect it down here. So there'll be some parts of the city, some of the residents will have to travel just that little bit to get to the maglev stations, but that's okay. You know what I mean? We can work with that. There we go. And then we'll go down this way. And maybe we'll have to back that up a little bit. And this will be kind of just a nice little start. We'll work on the other. I'll try to mess around with it off camera. The other little part there with that bridge, we'll get that situated. And so we'll just run this down. And we might have to back this up. Okay. Maglev station, where are you at? I keep losing it. And then we'll connect this. Beautiful. So, I mean, it's just a start. Again, we're gonna kind of mess with it a little bit, but it's a nice little start. Let's check our control net. Like I said, that's definitely going to be impacted here. Where are we at? There we are. And yeah, we're still doing all right. We're still buying a little bit from our other city. But for the most part, we are looking fairly strong with that. Not enough Omega. Definitely don't like seeing that. Those messages have come and gone a little bit, though, depending on shipments. I've noticed, too, the Vital pads, if you have every single one of your Omega factories in the whole city connected with those Vital pads, only so many of those ships come in. It's not like, you have one Omega factory with the Vital pads. You're never going to run out of anything. When you've got a bunch of them, I've noticed some of them actually run out of resources, so I have to keep an eye on that. Let's check our processor factory. Are we making processors yet? We are. So it's saying we're creating 4,800 a day. Now, what do we need for this? I think it's more than 4,800. Well, I guess we did meet that. I must have missed it pop up on the screen, but the Electronics HQ is indeed unlocked now. So let's find a place for this, because we will definitely have to place this in the city in order to take advantage of our consumer electronics factory. Kind of put it off to the side here. That's alright. Now, let's try to... I mean, we've got plenty of resources here, so let's be smart about this. Alloy, let's stop importing that for now. We're going to stop importing everything here. Plastic as well. And we're going to crank this up. We're going to basically use up all of our resources here for the that we have saved up for the processors, and then we're going to demolish that. Reason being, how much processors do we have here anyway? We don't even have any saved up yet. Reason being, we're going to actually import the processors for the TVs, that is, in order to start shipping them over, and our metal is almost there. So I want to kind of use that just to create the amount of processors necessary to get the electronics factory. And now we'll go ahead and use these resources up, and then next episode we'll go ahead and we'll lay down our consumer electronics factory, which will kind of coast through the remaining stages of our Arcology construction. And hopefully we'll get that squared away, as well as the maglev. I'm going to work on that through our high wealth part of the city up here, because this is not going to be fun challenge. This is going to be a little challenge here. I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll connect it this way. I don't know. We'll have to look. But appreciate everyone for tuning in. Another episode in the books, and we'll see everyone next time.